is Dena. I'm Deputy Director of Human Resources, and I've been with North Collier since April 1st of 2019. I came here after several years of working in human resources, actually more than 20 years of working in human resources. I've worked in private sector, I've worked in public sector, but this is the most rewarding, I think, in public service that I've ever had the opportunity to experience. The reason for that is because, in my mind, human resources is really integral in being able to be the supportive hub for all of our men and women that serve the community. And what better way can I do that than by helping them make sure that they don't have to think anything about their careers. They can just go out there and do their jobs and serve the community. And that's how I serve the community too. I actually have been in a number of places. I was born originally in California, and in the first 10 years of my life I lived in 6 different states: Arizona, Iowa, Florida, California. So I went to high school in Arkansas. That's the 6th place that I lived. And I didn't finish high school there. I actually was uprooted and we moved to Europe. So I lived in England for a while, I lived in Germany for a while, and my education was completed over there in England. When I came back to the United States, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so we lived in Tulsa, and I met my husband, my now husband, and we got married, and I started going down the path of maybe being in administrative support. And did that for a while. I did actually work in finance for a while, and until then I really didn't pursue any further education in any one specific field. And that didn't really happen until I started working for the Department of Children and Families back in 2000, and I decided that my love truly was human resources. And so then I decided I'd go ahead and get my undergraduate with the focus in human resources at that time. But I decided to do it the most difficult way that I think you can do it, which is at home by yourself. So I did distance learning at a university out of California, and at the same time I decided I was going to pursue my high-level certifications in human resources. So both were self-studies, which typically people go to a brick-and-mortar university or to certification classes to get that education. Probably the most difficult test I've ever taken in my life was my SPHR certification, and I will never give that up because it was too hard to get. But I got both my degree and I got my certification within 3 to 4 weeks of each other. So it was a big accomplishment in my life, and I have just pursued education and certifications beyond that since then. In public sector, I started in the state of Florida. I started working for the Department of Environmental Protection and then the Florida Marine Patrol. Then I worked in community affairs, went to Department of Children and Families, and then I left and I went into the private sector. And the private sector really kind of dovetailed in or touched on the public sector in its mission to serve the public. And I went to South Florida State Hospital, which was being managed by a private company. We were solely funded by the state of Florida, Department of Children and Families, but we were a private company managing that facility. I worked there for a little over 9 years, and it was a very specialized population of people that we served because they were those that were vulnerable, and they were those that were committed civilly and really needed the assistance of our professionals that we had. So in HR, that was very rewarding because anytime you hire someone that has a special affinity for treating people that need that special help, it's rewarding. So then I want to compare that to working in this particular field of the fire service, and really they're a lot alike. Just the funding sources are different, but you still serve the population, you still serve the public, which is so important. And I think in human resources, you can choose to be with a major company, you can choose to be in the hospitality industry, you can choose to be in different fields like law. But to serve the public and to be able to give back to the community is by far the most rewarding intrinsically, because when I go home at night, I know that the things that I do in human resources for our men and women that help people medically or put out fires or do our all hazards response really can't be found anywhere if I'm working for a hospitality industry and helping people find a room to sleep in. Maybe the best room, but there's nothing compared to, there's nothing like being able to support those that have dedicated their lives to saving people's lives. So I look forward to coming to work, and I look forward to being able to serve the men and women of North Collier Fire Control and Rescue District. North Collier, as it grows, will be able to continue to grow with the best men and women in Collier County and surrounding counties, because we like to grab all the best from everywhere. And I look forward to meeting the new members that will come on board in the near future, in the upcoming years, and being able to help them grow in their careers here as well.